Good morning to you. It must be 5 a.m. in the morning on a beautiful November fall day here around the United States. And it is a Thursday. So 11:05 is here. The elections are over. Now let's concentrate on what we need to do, getting prepared for the end of the week. For those people in retail, especially automobiles, let's get prepared for Saturday's business. For those folks that are key account, major account, hey, let's make sure we can get to one of these decision makers, or maybe you found a way to get them all in. Let's get the information so we can keep the ball moving. Maybe set up a time for the presentation with the leaders. So, what we try to do is give you some tips, some things that probably can help you along the way. And we do it for different brothers and sisters in different verticals, whether it's major account, key account, up and down the street, in home sales, retail sales, automobile sales. We want to help all of you. So today, quickly, we want to talk about 5 things that salespeople waste time on. I've been doing this for a while, and if you're a manager or a supervisor or you're leading people, maybe you've gone through that same frustration before, or maybe you're going through it right now. But salespeople do waste time if we let them. So, my question is, how do people waste time at your workplace? Maybe they scroll through social media or do some online shopping in the middle of the workday, or maybe it seems like you're always having cake for somebody's birthday, or maybe you just don't have any meetings. You're just a person that seems to be here. We're paying you, but what is your worth besides showing up, talking to people, having fun, playing games? Where's the work? I have a friend who works in an office that has a video game room. That's right. In their office, a video game room. A club for people who like to play board games, which frequently happens in the middle of the workday, and even a good old cakester on site. In other words, alcohol. I imagine that plenty of time goes away if you keep yourself busy playing games and drinking. But your sales team would probably tell you that they waste a lot of time on stupid paperwork. They hate entering things into the CRM. They don't like the regular quarterly training much better than that. But the truth is, that's a lot of advice. These are a lot of activities that were thought about and planned for you, the salespeople. And doing these things are either looked upon as a waste of a time, or are we engaged in our goals and our dreams for our career? Have fun, get ready for the future. So here are 5 examples of ways that I say that waste time, stay away from them, move on, because you want to reach your goals and dreams. One's chasing prospects that don't buy. Many salespeople simply can't accept the fact that some people just don't want what you're offering. Cut it short, move on. Math, sales, they're the same. It's a numbers game. Eventually, you'll find out that I'm going to have to tweak something because in its current format, this is not working because I'm not making any sales. Want to know? Check all of your prospects in the previous past and find out if that word track that you're using, find out if the same managers are there. I guess what I'm saying, nothing's going to change if everybody's comfortable in that format. You need to find a way to break that mode and get them out of that identity. Salespeople love to go back and forth, weighing the pros and cons, the hemming and the hawing. If I have to communicate with someone trying to get an appointment, or maybe we're trying to sell them over the phone, whether it's digitally, that's up to you. But we have no emotional energy. That's what a lot of focus groups say. They come across so boring, so dry. I'm not even excited about purchasing anything that you have. Be very cognizant of that. Now, with modern technology that's here, how much easier can we make it for you to communicate with the consumer? And even if we don't want to wait for a phone call back, boy, shoot some videos, 15 seconds, 30 seconds. Send them an email. Do something where you're going to spark some interest. Also, trying to sell more to an existing customer. Now, they've already been upsold, they've already found your product, you've beaten them up, your manager's beaten them up, and now you send them somewhere else to be get hit for a third time. There's only so much upselling you can give a customer, and they only want these things because they can find needs in it, or they just want to get out of there. How about attempting to retain customers? Oh, that's a very sore spot because there's something called a buying cycle. Customers see something, they research it, they may evaluate it, but eventually they'll pay for it and they're out of the cycle. Means you're out of the cycle too, unless you made such a great impression that the customer will remember you because you've done some things, said some things that are different. And when you do your follow up, you have a real reason to follow up with them besides just saying, how's the vehicle? Let's talk about the vehicle. Maybe there's something about that person, their lifestyle, their job, their kids' involvement with sports or schools, their wife. Those are the things we follow up with. We have to be a professional in this business. So, with that said, here's the last one I'll leave you for today where salespeople fall short. Planning and forecasting. Yes, I'll say it again for all the managers that may be listening out there, planning and forecasting. In other words, are your people showing up to work to wait, or are they showing up to work with a plan? That's up to you, Mr. Manager, Miss Manager. What are you allowing them to do? I know you're behind the desk doing the best thing that you can, but remember, half your job is getting your people successful so they can reach their goals and dreams and their family is happy. By not managing by walking around, by not managing by having daily one on ones, by not managing by doing short little training sessions. If I'm an employee and you're my boss, and I interviewed with you and you told me all these great things that are going to happen and you're going to help me get there, and I'm not seeing it, why be so surprised when you find out that that person's resigning or they didn't even give you the time of the day, they just left? I call that firing you because you went from Jekyll and Hyde from the interview and now they're onboarded and now they're working under you. And what you told them about your success, probably, and how you make people successful. They just can't see it. It's not working. So, I guess what I'm saying to you on this Thursday, be careful. If you're going to work, I don't care if it's major account, key account, up and down the street, in home, retail, automotive, come in with a plan. Work that plan. You need to start thinking more about an entrepreneur attitude. If you are dealing with vehicles, someone has given you all of the opportunities and the product to operate. How are you going to tell your story? We don't care how you sell it. You don't have to have the people come to the brick and mortar. You can go to them, their home, their office, their recreational activities. You can go there and get a vehicle done. But we need you to meet us halfway by using your creative concept. And I'll leave it with this. A great gentleman once said, here's the rules of man, here's the rules of God. Everything else in between is creativity. So if you're a manager listening, what are you allowing your people to do with their creative concepts? Are they following the old stagnant, you have nothing to do, go inside the internet or BDC and make some phone calls? Or are you allowing them to use their creative input for the greater good of the organization by them going out to another organization? And let's find a way in this community that we can make it better by partnering on something that we agree to. The salespeople don't have to have the answers. They just need to know that other organization sees value in working with your company. We'll come up with a solution of how we can work together, whether it's supporting the American Red Cross or the children's health care. We'll come up with that. But can you see the power of our two organizations working together? I would love to see more managers allow your salespeople to do that. They're going to see the success. Once again, Brandon Hardison with Hardison's Tips on this beautiful Thursday, 11/5. This year's about gone. But you go out there, make it a champion day. Be safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you on the next one.